go ahead and stop the old previews there, and I'm going to get some updates going for you for Game 3. Alright, guys and gals, this is Geaux Stros. It is now 2:09 in the morning for me. I'm in Hiroshima, Japan, calling this game live for Game 3 of the Astros at the Cincinnati Reds. And of course, as soon as I start talking, I have to sneeze. But I was able to save you guys that time. It didn't creep up on me too fast. Hunter Brown's on the mound today facing Rhett Lauder. The Astros have been doing absolutely terrible against the Reds, not just in this series, but for a very long time. They haven't had a win against the Reds here in years. And they just haven't been doing well against the Reds overall for some reason, even though the Reds aren't a good team this year. They still are giving the Astros trouble. If the Astros had just managed to pitch decently, they would have won both games. Yesterday, they did manage to score 5 runs and get 9 hits. And I said yesterday that if they could just manage 5 runs, 4 or 5 runs, and get about 10 hits, I'd be happy. And I am. I don't care too much about them giving up a dozen runs or whatever. Don't care too much about that. It happens. And Pena's error is really what cost them that game. Without that error, if everything else had remained the same, the Astros would have lost 6-5. Still not acceptable, but much better than a dozen 5. Jose Altuve is going to be in at second base today, and he's leading the Astros off. First pitch of the game, just a bit outside, and I need to set up my preview a little behind my live screen. Second pitch to Altuve coming in. And that is going to be low and away. Ball 2. 2-0 to Altuve. Anyone in the chat who's hanging in, listening in, watching, appreciate you being here. Altuve hits one to shortstop. De La Cruz knocks it down. Makes a really great play. That play did not look like Illy De La Cruz right there. Altuve hits it sharply, and De La Cruz is able to dive over, get it, and get up and throw Altuve out at first base. That definitely didn't look like a Cruz play on defense. Man. Yordan Alvarez comes to the plate with 1 out. He scorches it. Man, another good play. Look at that. He scorches it to the first base side. First baseman makes a diving catch on that line drive. So just a few pitches into the game, the Reds already have 2 outs on 2 good defensive plays on opposite sides of the field. Man. They better get those good plays out of their system right now so the Astros can get some hits. 2 outs. Yainer Diaz comes up the 5th pitch of the game. That's outside and low. Ball 1. Man. Alvarez and Altuve just barely missing a base hit. That one's also low and outside. Ball 2 to Yainer. Oh, man, yeah, it tastes a little better now with some milk in it. Next pitch is right in there. 95 miles an hour, strike 1. Lauder shakes off a few pitches, finally gets what he wants. Here comes the pitch. Little outside. Ball 3, 3-1. 298 Yiner's batting average right now. Dropped below 300 for a little while. Here comes 3-1 pitch. Right in the middle of the zone, and Yiner swings but can't make good contact. That's foul. Here comes the pitch. Full count pitch is high, and that's going to be a walk. So the Astros do get a base runner with 2 outs. That walk by Yiner. By the way, guys, it is about 2:15 in the morning here. That means that I will be able to be with you for this entire game. Bregman's at the plate. Takes that first pitch a little high and outside of the zone, just in there for strike 1. Bregman's going to be at third base again today. Here's the pitch. Swings and fouls it away. Strike 2. Rest of the lineup after Bregman's going to be Singleton at first base, Jeremy Pena, Ben Gamel in left field, McCormick in center field, and Jason Hayward in right field. Here's the pitch to Bregman. He bounces it down the third baseline. I want you guys to see how empty this stadium is. Look over here. Do you see that? Look at the stadium. Isn't that pitiful? Absolutely pitiful. Absolutely pitiful. There's almost nothing going on out there. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. High in the zone, fouled away to the first base side this time. Count remains 0-2. 14 pitches now for Louder. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit to left field, a fly ball to shallow left field. Both the shortstop and the left fielder are over. De La Cruz almost makes a stupid play there, running into the left fielder. It looked like he didn't even know what he was doing out there. He wasn't calling for it. He wasn't really tracking it well, and he almost just ran into the left fielder. That's the kind of play that I'm used to seeing De La Cruz make. Just some kind of bonehead play on defense. I'm not used to seeing him make like a diving catch and then throwing a runner out at first base. I'm not used to seeing him do that. But you know, everybody gets lucky sometimes. Yiner is stranded on first base with that fly out by Bregman. So we're going to go into the bottom of the first with Hunter Brown on the mound for the Astros. No big first inning for the Astros bats. Jonathan India will lead off the batting for the Reds, followed by De La Cruz and Tyler Stevenson. I hope the Astros win, and they do it quickly. That will mean that I can go back to bed and sleep. Maybe, if I'm lucky, let's see. If I'm lucky, for 2.5 to 3 more hours. We'll see. Hunter Brown's ERA so far is 3.55. He's 11-7. Had some rough starts at the beginning of the year. Has come on strong since then and been a solid starter for the Astros pitching lineup. Only got about 7 people in today, but I do appreciate you all being here. Thanks for joining. Please remember to like the video, like the live stream if you get the chance. Here comes the first pitch by Brown. India takes that one right on the gut for strike one, 97 miles an hour. India batting .251 for the season. Here comes the second pitch. 97 just misses the corner. Man, that was close. One is the count. Here comes the pitch to India. 96 low and inside. That one misses the opposite corner by about the same amount. Just really close. 3 straight fastballs from Hunter Brown. Here comes the fourth pitch. 2-1 count. Hits at that time. 95 miles an hour at the top of the zone. 4 straight fastballs from Hunter Brown. Looks like he's practicing his targeting or something. Hit the outside, hit the inside, hit the low part of the zone, hit the high part of the zone. The count is 2-2 to Jonathan India. Here comes the pitch from Brown. That one's in the dirt. 97 miles an hour. Taken for ball 3. It's a full count. He decides to toss that ball away and get a new one. Atarashi. New. Practicing my Japanese vocabulary. 3-2 pitch. Here's on the way. It's a bouncer to third. Bregman comes over and grabs it. Fires to first. Makes the play. Very first swing by India results in a ground out. Bregman takes care of business. Out number 1, and that brings to the plate Ellie De La Cruz. Now, if De La Cruz's defense is on target today, does that mean that his batting will be messed up? Will they switch? Here comes the first pitch from Brown. 98 on the outside corner, strike one. What a beautiful pitch by Brown. Look at that. Right on the edge of the zone. Doesn't get any better than that. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Oh, again, right on the low outside part of the zone, right on the edge. Look at that. 97. Strike 2. Is this going to be a breaking ball? Let's see. It is. Perfect pitch by Brown. Look at this. Inside curve. Boom. Strike. Hunter Brown did him so bad, but De La Cruz fell for it. That was a textbook pitching sequence. You get 2 fastballs looking. Then you go right at him with a curveball, and he got him. Strikeout, and that's out number 2. TJ Friedel is up. No, I'm sorry. Tyler Stevenson. First pitch to him is right in there. Another fastball. 97 right in the zone. Strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Stevenson takes that one way inside. Maybe about a 10-incher off the edge of the plate there. Ball 1. 1-1. Eleven pitches now. Here comes the dozen. Strike 2 right on the outside corner. Another perfectly placed pitch by Hunter Brown. 1-2. Brown looks like he's in pretty good condition right now. Here comes the Baker's dozen to Stevenson. Ooh. A little bit of a change up out there, kind of. Misses the edge of the zone. 2-2 is the count. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That one was way off. He missed with that one. 93, way outside and low. Gonna be another full count for Hunter Brown. His second full count of the inning. Here comes a 3-2 pitch. This is hit to left field. Looks like it's going to be dropped into left center. McCormick grabs it, brings it in. That's going to be a base hit. First one of the game. Runner on first. Tyler Stevenson takes Hunter Brown to task for a full count hit. That was a great at bat. He drove the count up to full and then got a hit. So Reds with a base runner, 2 outs here in the first. CJ Friedel comes up to bat. First pitch to him is on the way. A little high. He decides to lay off, and that's ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. This is grounded to Altuve, who scoops it up and fires over to Singleton for the 3rd out of the inning. Good thing Altuve was on that ball, not Pena. I'm such a jerk for making that joke, but you know, Pena's just made so many important blunders recently. Very uncharacteristic errors. Hopefully we don't see any of that today. John Singleton is going to be batting. He's in the 5th spot today for the Astros, followed by Jeremy Pena and Ben Gamel. If you go down the list and you look at the batting averages of the Astros right now, Altuve has slipped below 300. He's dangerously close to 290 now at 293. He's dropped a lot. He was over 310 at one point. He's just kind of slumped. Yordan Alvarez went the opposite direction. He was below 300. He's at 311 right now. Yainer Diaz brought his average all the way up and actually got it over 300 finally. And now it's at 298. Bregman is at 261. Not stellar, but much better than it was earlier this year. Singleton at 232. He's been pretty much a consistent 232 hitter. He hasn't really changed so much the whole year. He's just kind of stayed right there. Jeremy Pena is at 269. He's been really up and down like a roller coaster. He's been as high as actually he was at one point he was on a streak. He was hitting pretty high, getting close to 300, but he's been mostly hanging out around 270, somewhere in that area. Ben Gamel at 277. His average has come down a little bit. But with the Astros, he's actually batting around 300 or above 300. So he's doing much better with the Astros since he's been over. McCormick batting 199. He's been as low as 190. He's not doing so hot. Jason Hayward batting 207. He hasn't had too many at-bats this year, but we'll see if he can bring that up. First pitch to Singleton is outside for ball 1. Second one is right in there, 94 miles an hour, strike 1. That was a good pitch to be swinging at. Here comes a 1-1 pitch from Lauder. High fastball. No, that wasn't even a fastball. It was a changeup. Singleton gets underneath it, flies out to left center field. That'll be the first out of the inning. Bloop. That brings up Jeremy Pena. So the Astros are hitting the ball. They're just either flying out or hitting it right to where people can get their glove on it. Here comes the first pitch to Pena. That was not a bad pitch, but because of where the catcher was placed, it didn't look good to the umpires. That'll be ball 1 on the outside corner. Here comes a 1-0 pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Curveball. 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Grounded to third, and it's going to get through. That's going to be a base hit for Pena. He puts it between third and shortstop, just bounces it through. First base hit for the Astros, and we've got a 1-out base runner. And we've got the guy on that we really need on base, and that is the Flash. Once Jeremy gets on base, I become very, very excited, and I expect good things. Ben Gamble comes to the plate. I was about to say here comes a pitch, but Louder makes a move to first. Jeremy is back safely. He stays on the ground and doesn't move until the ball is thrown back. He's like, "No, I'm not gonna get up." Here comes the first pitch to Ben Gamble. Ooh, that was a good swing. That was a good pitch to be swinging on, and he just couldn't get the bat on it. Strike one, 92. Man, that was a gimme. That was a gimme Gamble. A gimme Gamble. 0-1's the count. Here comes the pitch. That's high, 93 miles an hour. Count is even. Bloop. 1 ball, 1 strike. I need to check in on the live stream in a second. I'll do it after this pitch. 1-1 pitch. That was in the dirt. Pena goes. He gets in there. He's got a stolen base. He's safe at second. He had that one right on. Great steal by Jeremy Pena. That's what I'm talking about right there, guys. That is what I'm talking about right there. I told you, Pena gets on, good things can happen. Boom. Look at that. The Flash takes second. Come on, Flash, take third. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Louder. That was way outside. 85. For ball 2. What are you doing? You're coming at me all wrong. 3 balls and 1 strike now. Here comes the pitch to Gamble. That one's in the dirt and low. He takes it for ball 4. Good job by Gamble, not swinging at any of that garbage. How do you like that? Runners on the corners with 1 out. Oh, I'm sorry. I said runners on the corners. I'm sorry about that. Runners on first and second. I'm already giving Jeremy Pena third base. He hasn't even got over there yet. Maybe I'm just predicting the future. The powerhouse McCormick comes in. He's actually 3 for 7 in this series, but he's only batting 199 for the season. Here's the first pitch. He goes after the first pitch. He grounds it into a double play. Of course he does. De La Cruz to second, to first. And Chaz destroys a little effort by the Astros to score some runs finally. Thanks a lot, Chaz. We appreciate that. We appreciate you coming in to the game and swinging on the very first pitch to ground into a double play. There's nothing we like more as Astros fans than to not waste time trying to get runners in. I mean, if you're gonna strand runners and get us out of the inning, just get it over with quickly. Chaz, you are the man. That's all I have to say about that. After 1 hit and 2 runners on, the Astros come away with nothing. We're going to go into the bottom of the second with this game tied all zeros. 1 hit for each team, no errors, no runs. Nothing going on in the chat right now. Got about just 5 people watching. Man. Not many people in the chat, but I guess I can start a poll. I'm going to say something about Arrighetti. How about that? Spencer Steer comes to the plate, guys. Hunter Brown's back on the mound. Here's his 19th pitch of the game. That will be... Oh, ball one. There's already a strike. I missed the first pitch while I was doing my poll. So, the count's 1-1 against Spencer Steer. Here's the 20th pitch of the game for Hunter Brown. Looks like a warm day in Cincinnati. That's bounced foul down the first baseline. Strike two. I got a little poll in the chat about Spencer Arrighetti. You can leave your opinion there if you like. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Spencer Steer. High fastball out of the zone, swing and a miss. Man, he went after that one. Strike three. Second strikeout for Hunter Brown. My poll question is, Arrighetti's game 2 against the Reds complete one-game fluke, foreshadowing of future games, or it's baseball, it happens. Here comes the first pitch to Ty France. He bounces it on the very first pitch to Pena. Pena handles it and throws it to first. Good job, Jeremy. Good job. He actually put his glove on that one and it didn't bounce off. I'm so proud of him. He doesn't have the jitters right now in the second inning. Second out. That's what I like to see right there. Hunter Brown and Jeremy Pena on the same page. Oh, yeah. Next batter is Jake Fraley. First pitch is hit up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. He wastes no time getting on base. Very first pitch, just lining it straight up the middle. Man, he gets hits like Chaz gets double plays. Just doesn't waste time. Just go right after it. Let's go ahead and get it over with. Runner on first with 2 outs. Same thing as last inning. Reds got a runner on with 2 outs. 2 outs and a hit in the first inning. Now, in the second inning, 2 outs and a hit. It brings up Santiago Espinal to the plate. Man, this looks like a practice game where they just kind of don't have the crowd there because they don't want to pay for a practice game. That's what it looks like. First pitch is right in there and the runner's going and they throw it into center field. Holy cow. Diaz threw that into center field. That was a bad throw by Diaz. What in the world was going on there? Man, there was no chance for Pena to... He wasn't even... Look at this. Whew. Wow. Luckily, the runner's not able to go to second because McCormick came in pretty quick. Runner on second with 1 strike to Santiago Espinal. 2 outs. He fouls that one over on the right side. And that's strike 2. 0-2 now. I need to move my base runner. There we go. Could have had a chance to get him there with a decent throw. 2 outs, runner on second, with 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, inside corner. Check swing. No, he doesn't call that one a strike, and then the check swing is called a ball, so, or no swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Brown. Long delay. Here's the pitch. Fouled off his foot. Count remains 1-2. "27 pitches now for Brown. I think it's all right as long as he can get out of this inning with less than 30 pitches, or no more than 30. I don't like to see these guys going over 15 pitches in an inning. Here comes the 1-2 count pitch. Curve way outside and low. That one wasn't even tempting to swing at. Too far out. It looks like that if it had been further in, about another 1.5 feet, he would have gotten a swing because he was looking to go for it. Same pitch again, but better placement. That would be nice. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. No. He puts a fastball right in the middle of the zone. Luckily, it's playable by Chaz, who goes all the way out to the warning track and catches it out there. But man, he gave that one a ride. That'll be out number 3. The Astros do get out of the inning once again. So 2 outs, a hit, and then another out. They do give up a stolen base there with a crazy throw from Diaz. That's very much unlike him to be throwing that far off. Coming up for the Astros in the top of the 3rd, Jason Hayward, Jose Altuve, and Yordan Alvarez. Anything going on in the chat? Eric Wallace. Hey, Eric. It's nice to see you. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Everyone has a bad game, and I feel like for your starter, that's all it was last night. Yep. You know, Arrighetti was the rookie of the month last month. Or the rookie pitcher of the month? I can't remember which. Either one is great. He had such a phenomenal month, and overall he's been doing really, really well. He's one of our consistent starters. He's one of our primary guys. And it was just a complete and total breakdown. You know? It just happens. But it wasn't just that. There were a couple of plays that could have turned things around. Like, for example, Jeremy Pena missed a ball that should have been caught. And that would have been out number 3. And because he did not catch it, the Reds actually went on to score 6 more runs, including 2 runs on that play. So, you know, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Jason Hayward is at the plate, 92 miles an hour on the inside corner for strike 1. Here comes the next pitch to Hayward. That's a big bouncer to the pitcher. Pitcher takes it and flips it over to first. Good play by the pitcher. One away. Man, I want to see more production of Hayward than what he's been given. I mean, he's come through a couple of times, but I'd really like to see him do better. My personal hero comes to the plate, Jose Altuve. He grounded out on a really good shot through the between the third and baseman and the shortstop, but De La Cruz was able to actually get his butt over there, grab it, and throw out Altuve at first. I don't know how he was able to do that. First pitch fouled away by Altuve. 0-1 is the count. Here comes the next pitch from Lauder with Crowder. That one's fouled up. Nope, it's going to go out to right field. Second baseman is over. Looks like he lost it there for a second. India. But he's able to get it. He wheels himself over. Altuve flies out to right. When he first hit that up, he popped that up. I thought that it was a foul ball, but unfortunately it was in play in the right field. That brings up Yordan Alvarez, who had a really hard line drive out to the first baseman, his first at bat. He takes that first pitch for strike 1 right in the inside corner there. 0-1. Here comes the pitch. Man, another one inside and high, but he gets the edge of the plate for strike 2. 0-2 against Yordan. 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. That one's in the dirt. Yordan doesn't even bite on that one. It really hurts to see the Astros go down so quickly, especially after a terrible game like yesterday. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. High in the zone, fouled away by Jordan. He stays alive by fouling that one off. Probably would have been strike 3 to take that pitch. Count remains 1-2. This will be the 36th pitch of the game for Louder. This one's hit hard to left field, left center, all the way out to the track, but he's got room. The commentators are getting a little more excited about it than they should have been. Didn't have the energy to get out. If he had pulled it, that would have been a homer for absolute sure. But he got around too late on it. Out number 3. So 2.5 innings gone. Only 1 hit for the Astros, no runs. 2 hits for the Reds, no runs. We're all goose eggs right now. I forgot that I moved some of my graphics around, so I need to make a couple of corrections. There we go. That's better. Hunter Brown will be back on the mound for his 30th pitch in just a moment. Ahmed Rosario comes to the plate, followed by the top of the order, Jonathan India and Eli De La Cruz. Rosario batting .300. He doesn't have many at-bats, I think. .300 with only 3 home runs. He must not have many at-bats this year. Let's see. .307 at bats. Well, that's more than a few. It's interesting. It's not very often, I think, that you see somebody with a .300 average and only 3 home runs. That's interesting. .245, 2:46 in the morning right now here in Hiroshima. Still dark outside. I'm hoping that it would still be dark when I go back to bed, but probably will have some sun outside. First pitch by Rosario, fouled back for strike 1. 96 on that pitch. Here comes the next pitch from Brown. Low and inside, fouled away to the left side. Little bouncer, harmless. Little tap, 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 tap. 0-2, what can Brown do for you? Strikeout, thank you. Make his average go down. Come on. That's bounce to Pena. Pena grabs it, throws to first, and there we go. Rosario goes down. Pena makes another good play. Baby steps, Pena. Baby steps, baby steps. You keep doing your best there, buddy. 1 away. Rosario's average goes down to .299. That's what I'm talking about. Top of the batting order, guys. Jonathan India is back up at the plate. Here's the first pitch from Brown. Curveball right in there for strike 1. Nice pitch. Beautiful pitch. Ground out in the first for India. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. High and outside. That was a good foot out of the zone. Ball 1. Hunter Brown checking his pitch comm or something. There seems to be some kind of issue. It seems to be working, and then now he's going into his windup for the second pitch. 96 miles an hour on the inside corner, fouled away for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's a tough pitch to hit. 96 right on the inside corner. Difficult. In Japanese, you could say that that's taihen or muzakashi. Basically similar meanings, just hard or difficult to do. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Way high, 96, about 1.5 feet out of the zone. Count is even, 2-2. Here we go. Strike 3 on a high fastball. That's what I'm talking about right there. Good ball. Boom. Anything going on in the chat? Nothing right now. How many people are watching? The Baker's Dozen. Awesome. We got a little lagniappe going on right now. For those of you who know anything about Louisiana or its culture, you should know what lagniappe is, right? Do you know what lagniappe is? If you don't, I can tell you. De La Cruz comes to the plate, swings at the very first pitch, grounds it to my hero, and he tosses over to first for the out, and that's going to be it. Hunter Brown is now at 38 pitches. Gets through that inning, no problem. 1, 2, 3. First 3 up and 3 down inning for Hunter Brown. That's what I'm talking about. I am from, well, I say I'm from Louisiana. Here's the reason why. I was actually born in North Louisiana, Northwest Louisiana, very close to Texas. It takes like, I don't know, maybe 25 minutes to drive to Texas, to the border between Louisiana and Texas from where I was born. But when I was a baby, my mom and dad moved to Houston. My mom and her family are from Texas, but mostly Houston area. And my dad was working at Armco Steel, if you guys remember that. Some of you might have bad memories of Armco Steel. I've heard that they have a history of doing some bad things that hurt their workers. But after an early childhood in Houston and becoming a big Houston fan all around, we moved back to Louisiana, and I spent most all of my life at that point just growing up. So from, before I was 10 all the way through, young adulthood, I lived in Louisiana. So since I was born there and spent most of my early life there, or I guess you could say most of my middle and late childhood and adult life, I'm more of a Louisiana guy, but I've never cared for any Louisiana sports except for the LSU Tigers football team. I can't stand the Saints. That's because I grew up a diehard Oilers fan. Yainer Diaz comes to the plate and pops one up to the third baseman. That's going to be an easy play. He's able to grab it out of the sun. That's 1 pitch, 1 out by Diaz. What a way. Alex Bregman, speaking of LSU, Alex Bregman, an LSU alumni, played baseball down there. Did really well. Here comes the first pitch to Bregman. That one's a little high. Good call by the ump, not calling that one a strike. That was a little out of the zone. Some umpires call that a strike. It's nice to see that he's got a good eye on it. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one's right in there. Bregman swings, 92. Doesn't make good contact, just bounces away at the plate. One and one is the count. This pitch will be the 40th of the game for Louder. Well, check swing. Did they go around? No. They say he's safe. And they're also saying, they're saying that he was hit by that. That was strange. That's weird. I'm not sure exactly what's going on about whether it was called a hit by pitch or what. I'll show you the replay, but the Reds coach and Espada are kind of bickering about it out there. I'm not sure what's going on, but they're going to take another look at it. Bregman says it definitely hit him. He's already running to first. So Bregman's off to first base. They're trying to take a look at it. Okay, I see. Now it's clear. The umpires say that it was a foul ball. Bregman says he's sure that it hit him. That looks like it got him. You can see that. Look at his sleeve. Yep. But it's kind of like they were saying, though, to overturn a call, you have to be clear and concise. And right now, the call is that it's a foul ball. Yeah. At one angle, you can definitely see that the ball does not touch his bat. You can tell that there's definitely not a foul ball here. See that? Never touched his bat. The question is, though, is it going to be called a hit by pitch or not? Because Bregman went to first base. He's sure that it got him, but will they have enough to give a hit by pitch, or will they just call it a ball? We'll see. Pretty interesting. Everybody was confused. They didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on either. I didn't know what was called. I didn't know what was... Bregman started throwing his pads off and going to first base. Both coaches came out. It looked like chaos there for a minute. They're still listening for the decision here. Bagwell said something. He's commentating on the game. It looks like they're going to say it's not a hit by pitch, but it's not a foul either. Are you kidding me? Would you believe that they just said the call on the field stands, it's a foul ball? Would you believe that, guys? Bregman is laughing about that. It's obviously not a foul ball. Look at this. Look at this. Where does the ball touch the bat? Never does the ball touch the bat. And they call it a foul. Now, Joe Espada is out arguing with the umpire because they see clearly on the video that the ball comes nowhere near the bat. Guys, that is absolutely crazy. I can understand them saying that it's not a hit by pitch, but how do they say that that's a foul ball? So they're out there still talking with them about it. It's insane. How can you trust a system of replay when it's clear that it's one thing and they're calling something else? They are really, really annoyed about that, and Espada hasn't really completely let it go. That has got to be the biggest BS call of the entire year. I kid you not, guys. That is the biggest gaffe of the entire year. Bregman's back in the box now with a 1-2 count. That's considered strike two. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. This one's fouled away. Wow. What in the world is going on? Because those replays go to some place, some office somewhere in New York. What in the world is going on over there? Why can't the umpires on the field look at the video and just override that? Here comes the next pitch. High, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Man, I would love to see Bregman hit a line drive home run right now. Break a camera in the process. That'd be great. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Louder. Cause some damage to some equipment. He fouls that one away. Count remains 2-2. How in the world do they miss a call like that? That's got to be on purpose. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That one's low and inside. Ball 3, full count. At the very least, a walk here would make up for that, but still. How do the umpires go along with that? Next pitch is in there, check swing, but he doesn't go. That's going to be strike 3, low in the zone. So Bregman should have been, at the very least, he should have had an extra pitch. Did Bregman get tossed? Are you kidding me? So Bregman mentioned something to the umpire again on the way to the dugout. He gets tossed for the second time since he's been back. And now Espada's out there arguing with the umpire. This game is a joke. Man, what in the world is going on? This system is broken. This system is absolutely broken. So Bregman was bickering a little bit with the umpire, and he's like, yeah, whatever, you know. And then he gets tossed. We don't know. Now we don't know if it's Espada or Bregman that got tossed. It might have been Espada. It seems that Espada got tossed. John Singleton is at the plate. First pitch he fouls away. There's so much drama right now in this game. Yeah. Espada yelling comes out of the dugout. You know, that's the only time I feel like you should argue, when it's literally obvious and you have the proof. That's a ball to John Singleton. 1-1 is the count. Low, 87 miles an hour. Ball 2. Good take by Singleton. 2 outs, no runners on. We're still in the top of the 4th after all that drama. Swing and a miss by Singleton on that sinker, on that curveball. Singleton can't really have those or do too well with those. Next pitch is low and inside. Ball 3, another 3-2 count. Yeah, I was going to say, actually, he can't handle those very well. I don't know why I said have. Still upset about that. That nonsense. Ball 4. Inside and low, a walk by Singleton, or for Singleton. Astros have another runner on with 2 outs. Oh, man. You know, it's stuff like that that gets me. You know, because they say, well, bring in VR, bring in AI, you know, let them call the strikes and stuff. Yeah, okay, but what in the world is going on with the review system in New York for them to see clearly that that was not a foul ball and to call it a foul ball anyway? What in the world is going on? That kind of stuff cannot happen. That cannot happen. We can see it on the screen. It's not a foul ball. First pitch to Pena. Hit sharply through on the left side. That's going to be a base hit for Pena. He's 2 for 2 today, guys. He's got 2 hits right through the same spot. How do you like that? Advances Singleton to second base. Nice. Two runners on, 2 outs for Ben Gamel. This one's bounced right to the first baseman on the very first pitch. So he goes all Chas McCormick. Grounds out on the first pitch, and that's it for the Astros this inning. So they threaten with 2 runners on, but they strand them. That inning was a lot more of a headache than it should have been. Now I can't tell if it was that inning or the coffee. It is 3 in the morning here. Now I got to take the base runners off. After all that work, guys, you're making my hand and my fingers tired from all this mouse action. I really do wonder, though, guys. I seriously do wonder. I can understand in the old days where an umpire misses a call. And you argue with him about that, but the thing is, he might even admit that he made a mistake later, but in the moment, you can't necessarily know that you made a mistake. You made a call in the moment. If you have a challenge and you see the replay that you're wrong, then it can be overturned. But when that replay is looked at and it's proven that the call was wrong, and they still keep the call, you have to ask the question, what in the HE double hockey sticks is going on? Ant says, y'all bout to lose, bro. Games be rigged. Okay. You should probably write for a living, because with words like that, you might be able to pen some classics. And I don't know what you mean by y'all. I don't play for the Astros. I'm just a fan. But you're going to have to tone down your nonsense. Otherwise, you will be removed from the chat. First pitch by Brown is a little inside, but he gets a call from the umpire. That's crazy. Strike 1 to Tyler Stevenson. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Right down the middle, 96 miles an hour, fouled back. The count is 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. He throws that one in the dirt. That was a good thought on that curveball. Just didn't get what he wanted. I like how he hopped. He's like, man, I missed that. Missed my spot. 1-2. No runners on here in the bottom of the 4th. No score. No outs. 1-2 is the count. Swing and a miss by Tyler Stevenson on a 97 mile per hour steamer. How do you like that? You want to review that for us in New York? Screw you guys. Screw you guys in your little video booth with your lame job reviewing calls remotely from New York City. Screw all of you and your nonsense. One away. TJ Friedel comes to the plate. First pitch is a little low and inside. 88 miles an hour. It had the speed it needed to go back to the future. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Here comes the next pitch to Friedel. He takes a swing at that one, but can't straighten it out. Fouls it away out into the crowd on the third base side. Strike 1, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1-1-1. Hunter Brown has the call that he wants. If they take this graphic off the screen, I could see the next pitch. Here comes the 1-1 pitch now. Another foul off into the crowd. That was a 98 mile per hour pitch on the outside corner. Man, no hitting that one. Not in the field of play anyway. One ball, two strikes. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Brown. 97. Frito is hugging the plate like crazy. I guess he's looking for that outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one was high. 46 pitches now for Brown. Here's the 47th. That one's a curveball in the zone. Sky to center field. Chaz comes in, gets underneath it, and he's got it. Out number 2. Baggy. Like they just call Bagwell Baggy. This game is cruising along, not too interesting other than that stupid drama in the top of the 4th with the insanely skewed, questionable call that needs to be investigated by MLB against Alex Bregman. Here comes the first pitch to Spencer Steer with 2 outs. High and outside of the zone for ball 1. That one was sailing away. Here comes the next pitch to Steer. 1-0. That one's right on the outside corner. Perfectly placed fastball. Strike 1. Look at that. Right on the outside corner. 1-1. This is going to be the 50th pitch of the game for Brown. That one's right down the middle. Altuve has to run over to his left to get it and fire to first. Does he get there? Oh my gosh, what a play by Altuve. Look at that. The spin move, the throw to first, the grab by Singleton. That's my man right there. The little engine that could. The Reds are taking a look at it. They think that maybe Singleton came off the bag. We're going to take another look at it. Oh, he's actually safe. He beat the throw. They're going to challenge it. Yeah. Right, that's funny. I love what the commentator said. He said that, from the replay, it's obvious that he's safe, but, barring the replay, he might still be out. I love the sarcasm there. I love it. He's like, well, he could be out. Yeah, and of course, they come out and overturn that one really quickly. They were really quick on that one. It's obvious. That one's obvious. The last one was also obvious, but not to the guys in New York. Not to the guys in New York who are not wearing their glasses. They weren't wearing their glasses for the last play, but for this one, oh, yeah, for sure, quickly. It took them like 5 freaking seconds to review that. No kidding. Another pitch comm issue with Hunter Brown. He comes walking off to the mound. He's going to the umpire. He's showing it to the umpire, I guess, so they just don't get in trouble for like delaying the game. If they are using Bluetooth, then I understand why they're having issues, because I can never get Bluetooth to work consistently. It's often having problems. I get annoyed because even during the times I've spent more money to get better Bluetooth headphones, they still occasionally disconnect. It just annoys me. First pitch. Ball 1. A little high there, Hunter. Time for a second cup of coffee. Runner on first. 2 outs, and that's hit up the middle. The inning continues, this time with a base hit right up the middle, a little line drive. Reds now have 2 runners on with 2 outs. That great play by Altuve, unfortunately, beaten by just a half a step. Okay, the guys come in for a little mound meeting on the next batter. Jake Fraley is coming to the plate, and they're probably discussing how he likes to swing at the first pitch. I think he's got about a 52%, according to what they say. 52% chance of swinging, or he's got a 52% rate of swinging at the first pitch. I wonder how he compares with Altuve in that category. But the Astros have 2 outs, runners on first and second. Back-to-back singles for the Reds. One just by half a step. Here comes the first pitch to Fraley. Ooh, 87 miles an hour. Change up on the outside corner. Swing and a miss. He does go after the first pitch, but Hunter Brown gets it by him. Nice pitch. Perfectly placed, perfect speed. Good. Here comes the second pitch. Ooh, high, just a little outside the zone. He looks like he wanted to go after it, but he holds, so that'll be ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's interesting hearing Bagwell talk about would it be a good pitch to throw. That one is on the outside corner, 96 miles an hour. He goes after it, but fouls it away. That'll be strike 2. This will be my second and only other cup of coffee for now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Here's the pitch to Fraley. High and inside. Ball 2. That curveball did not get its mark. I see a strikeout right here, Brown. Come on. Buckle down, baby. Buckle down. Here's the 57th pitch from Hunter Brown. Fraley takes that one way high, 93. Man, that was about 2 feet out of the zone. Holy cow. Full count. Here comes the pitch. Long delay by Brown. Here's the delivery. Runners are running. That one's a little high. Ball 4. Just a couple inches out of the zone. Didn't get him to go. Man. Change up. It's not a bad idea. Just put it in a bad spot. Bases are now loaded, guys. So that throw by Altuve, which was just a half step too late, would have been out number 3. But it has turned into bases loaded. Santiago Espinal comes to the plate. First pitch is in the dirt. Blocked by Diaz, thankfully. Ball 1. And they're playing some ridiculous saxophone music in the stadium. I guess they have to do something to make some noise because there's not a crowd to do it. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Long delay by Hunter Brown. Finally, here's the delivery. Wow. He goes straight towards the head with that one. Brushes him back off the plate. Ball 2. First pitch way outside. Way high. Or, I'm sorry, in the dirt. And then this one way high and inside. Goodness gracious me. "60 pitches now for Hunter Brown. Here comes the 61st. That's strike. Strike 1, 96 right at the top of the zone. That's what he could have used on the last batter on that full count. 96 right on the top of the zone. That would have been perfect. Probably would have been taken for strike 3. 2 balls and 1 strike. Long pause by Brown here as he fidgets with the ball. Now here comes the pitch. Man, that was nice. 96 on the outside corner. Strike 2. Yeah, man, that was a good-looking pitch. 96-mile-an-hour sinker. It's interesting seeing him fidget with the ball to get the right feel before he throws it. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This one's hit up the middle. Altuve backhands it to Pena, who steps on the base and gets the out. Look at this play by Pena. Altuve makes the catch. The throw is a little high to Pena, but Pena makes a good grab and gets his foot on the bag just before the runner comes in, and he knocks his helmet off with his leg. Boom. Whoops. Sorry, guy. Excuse me. Bloop. There we go. Altuve to Pena ends the inning. Whew, we're out of that. Bases were loaded. Hunter Brown finally gets the ground ball that he needs to end the inning. Thank goodness. We're going to go into the top of the fifth, guys. Still knotted up with goose eggs. 0-0. 2 hits for the Astros, 4 hits for the Reds. Nobody's turned anything into runs yet. That was the best opportunity of the game for either team with bases loaded. Let's take a look at the old chat, the chit chat, and see what's going on. Oh God, Rex says, this is bad, but we still do nothing but strike out and ground out after them almost scoring. Well, you know, not really. I mean, the Astros have been hitting the ball, and some of it has been hard. Some of it has been in the air. Only a little bit of it has been on the ground. But Pena is hot. He's 2 for 2. But let's take a look at the stats, because I actually don't think the stats are bad right now. The Astros have 1 strikeout. I don't know if you knew that or not, but through 4 innings, the only strikeout is by Bregman. And that strikeout came after the incorrect call by the umpire that resulted in a strike. So that strikeout only came as a result of the incorrect review from, quote, some place in New York, some shady place in New York. Chas McCormick is at the plate. He shows bunt, fouls it off. Strike 1. Interesting thought, but probably wouldn't have worked. The third baseman came in pretty quick. McCormick he grounded into a double play, rather. His last at bat, 1 pitch. This one he swings at in left center, and Friedel barely makes that catch, a basket catch, before he slides on the ground. That's going to be out number 1. Almost a base hit by McCormick. Friedel making sure that McCormick's batting average stays under 200. But that brings up my hero, Jose Altuve. That's not a bad catch. He didn't have to work too hard for it, though. Just had to run over there. That pitch by Louder is a little outside. Basically nicks the corner for strike 1 to Jason Hayward. He grounded out in the third. Swings at that one, fouls it back. Strike 2. 1 away, no runners on. Hayward behind in the count, 0-2. I'd love to see him swing through the ball. Stay in there, swing through the ball, man. Keep your eye on it, swing through it. Come on. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. A little outside. Good call by the ump. Ball 1. I miscalled. I said Altuve was coming to the plate. I forgot Hayward was up after that. But now Altuve is coming to the plate with that strikeout by Hayward. He swings and misses on the outside corner. Can't complain about that. Had to swing. It was just not a good swing. I think Hayward needs some batting practice. I just feel that he's rusty. He really needs batting practice. Jose Altuve comes up with 2 outs. Come on, man. Be the first run of the game. Altuve shows bunt. Takes that pitch high for ball 1. Altuve trying to make something happen with 2 outs. I'd rather him just hit it out of the park right here. Here's the next pitch. That's going to be a base hit. Lined out into left field. It's not a home run, but it is a base hit for Altuve, and it's going to help his batting average. Hopefully, Jordan is able to do something with that. Bring him around. Let's bring him around, Mr. Alvarez. Good hit on a breaking ball right down the middle of the plate. Great hit by Altuve. He's usually pretty good at hitting that type of ball right there. It's not uncommon to see him hit that one out of the park. Jordan Alvarez at the plate, 2 outs. Altuve on first base. He pops this one to left field. Is it going to be playable? Oh, it's just barely into the stands. Whew, we got lucky there. Look at that. Look how close that was. Just barely into the crowd. Man, just by a few feet. 0 for 2 today with a line out and a fly out. The fly out, if it had been pulled, would have been a homer, and the line out was hit really hard. So Jordan is getting some beef on the bat today. The clock is just ticking down to a matter of time. Something going on. I've got a little timeout going on, an umpire's timeout. Okay, whatever it is seems to be fixed. So Lauder's back up on the mound. 2 outs, Altuve on first. 0-1 to Jordan Alvarez. This one's in the middle. 92. Man, that was a good one to be launching. Alvarez fouls it back. Man. Come on, Alvarez. You only need about 325 feet to get to that right field fence. 1-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Oh, I'm sorry. What? 0-2 was the count. And that will be a strike 3. Jordan goes after a terrible pitch in the dirt. And that ends the inning. So after 2 hard hit balls, Jordan is completely fooled going after that terrible pitch, that terrible breaking ball by Lauder. And that's the end of the inning. Astros do nothing. That's only the second strikeout for the Astros. No, I'm sorry. That's the third. There are 2 strikeouts. Hayward struck out. Forgot about that one. But it's okay. Altuve gets a hit. There was something. Got about 19 people following right now. Make sure you remember to like the video if you can. These videos don't do as well unless I can get at least to 20 likes. Once it gets to 20, good things start to happen. So I appreciate you liking. Subscribe if you feel the urge to listen to some more Astros live play-by-play. That'd be nice. I hope De La Cruz get a hit. I don't. I definitely don't. Let's see. Let's see who the batters are coming up in the bottom of the 5th. Ahmed Rosario, who's at the plate right now, are coming up to the plate right now. The DH in the 9th position, followed by the top of the batting order, Jonathan India and Ellie De La Cruz. Hunter Brown is back up on the mound, moving the dirt around. So far, 4 strikeouts today for Brown, 1 walk and 4 hits. He hasn't given up any runs. Here's the first pitch to Rosario. A little too far inside, 94 miles an hour, ball 1. Here comes the next pitch. 94, right in the bottom part of the zone, strike 1. It's interesting, though, the hits that Hunter Brown has given up this game have come with 2 outs, all of them. Swing and a miss, 95 up and in. Good pitch by Brown there. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Way high. That one was a good 2.5 feet out of the zone. That'll even the count at 2-2. Brown takes a big breath. He's got the call, and here comes the 2-2 pitch. Check swing on a high fastball. Fouled away. Ball 2. Strike 2. Another 2-2. I see a Denny's advertisement on the screen. You guys should try Denny's in Japan. It's a little different, pretty interesting. Strike 3. Fifth strikeout of the game for Hunter Brown. Nice change up, 90 miles an hour. Rosario goes down with a strikesario. Strikeaudio. Boom. Let's get a close-up of that. Boom. Here comes the first pitch to Jonathan India. 86 miles an hour changeup, a little high. India shakes his head, but yeah, it was close. A little high, but you know, what can you do? Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That was low and away, 90 miles an hour, 91. Ball 1. One ball, one strike, one out, no runners on. India swings at that one, fouls it back. 96 up in the zone. Another perfectly placed pitch by Brown. That one's, man, I can't imagine how hard it is to hit those fastballs up and in like that. I like to extend as a batter. I like to extend and swing. I'm 6'2", so I'm a little tall. And whenever I bat, I really like to be able to extend. Something like that, even if I'm in the middle or to the left in the batter's box, that's hard to hit. 96 miles an hour, but that one's a good 2 feet out of the zone. Count is even 2-2. For those of you who don't follow Japan baseball, I'm in Hiroshima, and the local team here is the Carp, Hiroshima Carp. Fouled at the plate. That's going to be another 2-2 count. And if you're familiar with Suzuki Seiya, who went to the Chicago Cubs from Japan, he came from the Hiroshima Carp. So he's a local guy. Still see his picture on some of the local trains. There's like 1 or 2 trains that have Hiroshima Carp stuff on there. And one day I saw his picture still on there. It's pretty cool, wearing the red and white Hiroshima Carp uniforms. Here's the next pitch, 2-2. 88 miles an hour, Hunter Brown trying to send that ball back to the future, but instead it is just ball 3. 3-2. 75 pitches now for Hunter Brown. With 1 out, here comes a full count pitch. Man, 88 on the outside corner. That was a good pitch, but India throws the bat out there and just fouls it off down the third baseline. Could have been strike 3. That was a good pitch. India saves it with a little swing. Here comes another 3-2 pitch. That was right in there. Wow, lined right down the third base line. That one was sharp, but foul. Just like a chicken. Foul like a chicken. 77 pitches now. Another 3-2 is on the way. Here's the delivery. Hit straight up and back out of play. Another foul ball. We're going to have yet another 3-2 pitch. Anything going on in the chat that's interesting? Let's have a complete game for Hunter. Yeah, sweet Richard, I'd love to. I mean, he's definitely not going to get to 9 innings. He can get through 7 if he manages it. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. This one's hit to the hole. Pena backhands it, fires to first, and it is in time. They call him out. Holy cow, what a play by Pena. Oh my gosh, did you guys see that? The catch was good, but that throw, oh my gosh. Why is it that Pena can make the difficult plays so much better than he can the routine plays? I mean, look at this. Holy cow, look at this. Look at that. And it made it all the way without bouncing. Wow. Out number 2 on that amazing play by Jeremy Pena. The first pitch comes into Ellie De La Cruz, and that's strike 1 with a swing and miss. Man, that was such a brilliant play by Pena. Take another look at that. Look at that. Boom. Holy cow. Hunter Brown liked it. Look at Hunter Brown on that play. 1-1 to De La Cruz. Third pitch is in there in the bottom inside part of the zone. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. 83rd pitch coming up for Brown. And he gets it. Strikeout number 6. On the inside corner and low. De La Cruz takes it looking. Great. I think that it's likely at this rate that Brown, I think at most he will get through 7 innings. I don't think he can go past 7 innings unless he gets lucky with like a 3-pitch 6th and a 3-pitch 7th. He's not going to get into the 8th inning. He's just got too many pitches. He's around, he's knocking at the door of 90 right now. So he's definitely not going to get there, I think. All right. Do I have any? Okay. Sometimes I forget to move my base runners, but it's all good now. Got about 16 people watching. Please remember to like the video. I've only got 10 likes right now, and we are essentially halfway through the game. It is in the we're more than halfway through the game now. It's in the top of the 6th, guys. I would really love to ramp up some of the viewers, get some more viewers, and the only way that can happen is by more likes. So if you can like the video, I'd very much appreciate that. My goal for each live stream is to get up to 20, and it is 3:36 in the morning here. You can actually see right here. I don't know if you can, right there, where my pointer is moving on the screen. It actually shows the time and the date. It's 3:36 in the middle of the early morning, or in the middle of the night, I guess you could say, here in Hiroshima. I got my butt up today at about 1:30 in order to call this game for you guys. So I very much appreciate any support you can send my way. I do put my PayPal link in the description. I have yet to receive a single donation. I'm looking forward to that, getting my first donation. But at the very least, a like would be great. Subscriptions would be great. First pitch to Yainer Diaz is fouled away for strike 1. 0-1 is the count to Diaz. Ooh, swing and a miss on the inside, 85 miles an hour. 0-2 is the count. Man. Here comes the pitch to Diaz. High, 93 miles an hour, fouled off by Diaz. He stays alive. The count is still 0-2. 3 hits for the Astros, 4 for the Reds. Here comes the next pitch to Diaz. That's a bouncer in the dirt way outside in the left side batter's box. That's ball 1. 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Yainer hits that one over to the left of De La Cruz, and he makes a good toss over to first. Diaz is not slow, but he's not fast either. He's able to beat that, or De La Cruz rather is able to beat that to first, beat Diaz to first. So that'll be out number 1. That brings up Alex Bregman. Bregman's still in the game. It was not Bregman that got tossed earlier. It was Joe Espada coming out of the dugout. Bregman hits it sky high. Are you kidding me? You know, I make jokes all the time about Bregman fouling out and flying out to the infield, but he just does it so much. And there it is again on the very first pitch. 0 for 2 today. Or is that 0 for 3? That's 0 for 3. John Singleton comes to the plate with 2 outs, no runners on. Man, that one was outside, called strike 1. A rare bad call for the umpire today. 0-1, here comes the pitch. Singleton sends that one to center field, but that's going to be an easy fly ball, out number 3, I'm sure. And it is. He gloves it in center field and puts Singleton away, so no single for Single McSingleton. Astros go down quietly with nothing. No base runners, no hard hit balls, no nothing. Lauder has an easy 6th inning. He's just cruising along. He's having to work not nearly as hard as Hunter Brown. Hunter Brown having several base runners and walks to deal with. We're going to go into the bottom of the 6th. The game's still tied 0-0, guys. Absolutely nothing going on. Brown at 83 pitches now will be facing Tyler Stevenson in just a few moments. We got 6 votes on the poll. 18 watching right now. Have we gone up in likes? Not yet. Haven't moved up. Please remember to like the video, guys. I don't have any sponsors right now. I don't have any ads or anything like that right now. I don't get paid to do this. I'm not making any money. I only have 143 subscribers. I've been doing the live play-by-plays for the Astros now for about a month and a half. And I'm just trying to build something that I can do at home that eventually turns into something that I can continue for the long term. I am dealing with cancer that started in my kidney. I've got a large tumor on my right kidney. It spread into the vein there, and they say I have some spots now in my lungs, which is definitely not good. Doctor doesn't seem to think that I'm going to be around for but maybe a couple more years. And he said if I get really, really lucky, then maybe the medicine will help me and I can stick around for 10 years. But he said probably I should prepare to be gone in the next couple of years. That's seriously what he told me a month ago. But I did notice that with this new medicine that I'm taking, it's an inhibitor. It's supposed to inhibit the growth of the cancer cells specifically. It has noticeably improved my hemoglobin levels for 2 months straight, so that's good. First pitch to Tyler Stevenson is in there for strike 1. Here comes the next pitch by Brown. Check swing high in the zone, fouled away for strike 2. Nice start to the inning, 2 straight strikes. Here comes the next pitch. That one's in the dirt. Curveball, 84, ball 1. Nice thought there. Probably just missed his spot by about 6 inches or so. Here comes the next pitch by Brown, 1-2. High fastball, more than a foot above the zone, taken for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Stevenson. This is bounced really high. Altuve grabs it on a hop and fires it to first. What a great catch by Altuve. Holy cow, what a great catch. Man, he made that look like nothing. That is not an easy catch to make, guys. 1 away. TJ Friedl comes to the plate. Bagwell is praising Altuve for that play. Man, it was great. It was a great play. 88 miles an hour. Friedel shows bunt there, but pulls away and takes the strike. That's one of the things I don't understand. Are they just showing bunt to try to mess up the pitcher? Show bunt and then take a strike. Okay. Here comes the next pitch. That one's just low, just barely misses the zone. 87 miles an hour. Ball one. Count is even. One out, one ball, one strike. Fouled away. 96 right in the zone. That'll be strike two. One ball, two strikes. What in the world is going on in the chat? Anything, nothing right now. Got about 19 watching, guys. Please like the channel. Please like the video. Like the video. Like the video. Got 11 now. We've gone up by one. Get myself to 20. I can increase the viewers and the hours, the watch hours on this channel. Let's do it. Let's do it. Mountain Dew it. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's really high. Ball two. 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, one out to TJ Friedel. Here comes the pitch from Brown, 93rd of the game. That one's in the dirt, 89 miles an hour. Another full count by Hunter Brown. Astros have somebody warming up in the bullpen now. I don't know who it is. I'll take a look and see. Inside, 87 miles an hour, ripped foul by Friedel. He broke his bat, apparently. He's going to get another one. Three balls, two strikes, with one out and no runners on here in the bottom of the sixth. TJ Friedel comes back into the box with a new bat. Hunter Brown looks for the call. He's got what he wants. Here comes the pitch. Right down the middle, lined up the middle and caught by Pena. He's just there for the perfect placement to catch that one. Right over the glove of Hunter Brown. Hunter Brown had to duck that one. That almost took his head off. Pena was able to nab it. Out number two. Well played by Pena. It did not bounce off of his glove. For those of you who saw the game yesterday, you know what I mean. Here comes the first pitch to Spencer Steer. That one is a little high for ball one. 97. Still throwing some steam. Here comes the next pitch for Hunter Brown. This one's hit hard into left field. Should be playable. Gamble floats over and grabs it. And that's out number three. Well played. 90. What? That was a 98 miles an hour. Is that right? Did they put that right? I'm not sure that was a 98 miles an hour. How many pitches now for Hunter Brown? He's getting up there. It disappeared before I could see it. Oh well. No big deal. Rhett Lauder is at 72 pitches. He's cruising along. Pitch count's not too high. I'm not sure how many innings he normally goes, but he's at 72 here in the top of the seventh. So he's basically got 12 pitches per inning so far. He's going to be facing Jeremy Pena. Pena's hot this game. 2 for 2. 2 singles for Pena. Basically similar hits, just through the hole on the left side of the field. He'll be followed by Ben Gamble. And then the powerhouse Chas McCormick is batting a dangerous 197 with an elite OPS of 560. That's right, 560, guys. Be afraid, be very afraid of the Chasmanian Devil. How many likes do we have now? No, we haven't gone up, guys. We got 21 people watching, but only 11 likes on the video. Hope you can move that up for me. 7 votes on the quiz, or on the poll rather. 43% say 1 game fluke. 43% say it happens. Makes sense. I agree. I'm going to end that poll. Lauder's back on the mound facing Jeremy Pena. Pena swings at the first pitch and grounds it straight to the third baseman. That one does not get through the hole, so that's not going to be a hit for Pena. Pena's now 2 for 3. 2 singles and a ground out for Pena. Ben Gamel comes to the plate. Gamel also has a hit, his first at bat. No, I'm sorry. Not a hit. A walk. He's managed to get on base 2 times, but he's been left on base both times. First pitch to him is low, 84 miles an hour. Ball 1. Good take. Here comes the pitch from Lauder. 86 miles an hour, just barely on the outside corner. That one just skimmed the corner. Called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the next pitch. Way outside. About a foot outside the edge of the plate. Ball 2. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 away. No one on. Here comes the next pitch to Gamel. That one's 83 in the bottom part of the zone. Swing and a miss by Gamel. Strike 2, and the count is now even. That was a weak swing, man. Come on. Put some meat on it. Next pitch. He swings a little harder at that one, fouls it away. Probably a good thing. It was on the outside of the plate. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Gamel check swing. Woo-hoo. Wow. Everybody thought that was a strike. It was called a ball. Gamel gets lucky. Now we have a full count. Wow. That was close. Here comes the pitch. In the zone that time, but fouled away. So Gamel spoils that one for Crowder. For Crowder. Ever since I said that earlier. Louder with Crowder. That's a show with Steven Crowder. By the way, I don't watch it. I just don't find him entertaining or useful to listen to. That pitch is low and inside. And that's ball 4. So Gamel gets another walk. Good at bats for Gamel, being patient. If you can't hit the ball to get on, you might as well get a walk to get on, right? Chaz-tastic comes to the plate. If Chaz does not ground into a double, I think he'll get a hit. Here's the first pitch to Chaz. He goes after the first hit, and it goes up the middle. I told you. That's going to be a base hit for Chaz, and Gamel was off to the races. He will make it all the way over to third, guys, on that hit. How do you like that? Did I not call that, or what? Let's take a look at that replay. Perfectly hit right past the diving, outstretched glove of the shortstop there. Boom. De La Cruz could not get that one. And now the infield is over to have a little chit-chat with Lauder. Reds bullpen is now activated. Jason Hayward comes to the plate, and it seems like they're going to be pulling him out. The coach is now slowly walking out to the mound, and he takes the ball away. Yeah, that's it for Lauder. Can you believe that? They're pulling him out. With runners on the corners, they're pulling Lauder out of the game after 82 pitches. I just found out that this is his second start in the MLB, man. Good for you, man. I mean, I don't want to see you do well against the Astros, but good for you. Good for your career. You face the Astros, and you walk out of the game with 4 hits and no runs. Good job for you. Happy to see you go. And the Astros are going to be facing a different pitcher. I'll update you when I figure out who that's going to be. It looks like the Astros are going to pinch hit for Jason Hayward. They've got Victor Caratini coming to the plate now. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. Have we moved up on the likes, guys? We have a little bit. We made a little progress. 2 more. We're at 13. 21 people watching right now. The majority of you are not subscribed, and some of you have not liked the video. If you don't like what I'm doing, then you don't have to like it. But if you do appreciate, at the very least, if you appreciate what I'm doing, then please like the video. Yesterday, to give you an idea of the kind of stuff that I have to do on a daily basis, I got up a little early to get the live play-by-play started. I did that for about an hour or so, and then I had to leave the live score up and went to school. So from 9 until 12:30, I'm in Japanese classes. I'm on a student visa, so I have to be there. After that, I had to rush to the bus station and then take the bus down to the train station, take the train over to another local city, and then walk over in the hot weather to the pension office where I'm applying for partial disability. And the reason is because my health condition is not great. I'm fighting cancer, and so I'm trying to get some support from the government, just a little bit. The application is finished, and it's going to take up to 3 months to get a result. And then I came back home to try to get some sleep. Here I am. First pitch to Caratini is on the outside corner. 84 miles an hour, strike 1. Tony Santillan is on the mound. A right-hander pitching to Victor Caratini. Astros have runners in the corner here in the top of the 7th with 1 out. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Caratini. We need a good base hit here. Oh, come on, really? 85 miles an hour outside of the zone, called strike 2. Don't expand it too much, ump. Come on. 0-2. Caratini's disappointed with that call. I am too. I feel your pain. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. This is bounced to the right side. They're going to go for 2. Are they going to be able to get it? They do. So Caratini grounds into a double play. That ends the inning. No runs for the Astros. Best opportunity of the Stros this entire game. And they blow it. Tony Santillan comes in and does his job. I don't know if he'll be in the game in the next inning, but I'll go ahead and get his picture up just in case. Tony Santillan. I can move my base runners off. Astros let me down that inning. Thought they were going to put some runs on the board, start scoring in the 7th, but they did not. They decided they were more interested in stranding base runners. Here we go. All updated. And I did it before the bottom of the 7th started. despite the nonsense that happened yesterday, from May 1st until now, the Astros have the best ERA in baseball. How do you like that? 3.01. You'd think that they would have won more games. Whoa, I'm sorry about that. That sneeze came up fast. I chewed it back. I chewed it back as best I could, but still kind of came out too quick for me to hit the mute button. Brian Abreu is on the mound now for the Astros. First pitch is fouled away by Ty France. Off Diaz's mask. Boom. 4 hits for the Astros, 4 for the Reds. No runs, no errors. Abreu with an 0-1 count. Hunter Brown is now out of the game, so they decide not to let him go another inning. Here's the next pitch from Abreu. This one's hit hard to left field. It's going to be a home run. Abreu gives up a home run on the second pitch. Are you kidding me? Forget you, Brian Abreu. Brian Abreu has been so non-dependable, undependable. Are you kidding me? This is the second thing that bothers me about the Astros is the freaking relief pitchers. The majority of the time, the starters come in and do a pretty decent job. And then the relief pitchers come in and completely blow it. Give me a freaking break. 1-0 Reds here in the bottom of the 7th. No outs. Jake Fraley comes to the plate. 85 miles an hour in the top of the zone. That's strike 1. So Hunter Brown is not going to get a win or a loss today. He'll have a no decision no matter what. 84 miles an hour on the outside corner, strike 2. And they just said something that I agree with completely. Hunter Brown gave his team every opportunity to win this game. He did everything he could to win this game. This one's hit out in the right field. That's going to be an extra base hit by Fraley. He hits it down the right field line, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. So Abreu comes in, gives up a home run, and then a double. I think it's time to take him out. And I'm not kidding. I would take him out right now. If you think about it, this is exactly the kind of Abreu that we saw several days ago when he loaded the bases, gave up a grand slam, then got another guy on and gave up a double. Just like that, he gave up 6 runs and the game. He lost us the game. I don't know what's going on with Abreu lately, man, but he's become so useless. Useless. 1 inning. You're just supposed to come in 1 inning and give up nothing. Astros already have Caleb Ferguson, going in the pen. It's pretty bad when one of your key relievers comes in and you've already got another guy warming up before he can get 1 out. Espinal comes to the plate with a run on second. First pitch is high. Ball 1. Diaz tells him to calm down a little bit. Astros better not lose this game 1-0. Pena gets the ball. He tries to rush to the bag for a double play. He's not able to get there in time. Good catch by Pena on that line drive. That happened so fast I didn't even have time to tell you what was happening. Great play by Pena. That ball was hit hard by Espinal. He was barely able to catch it. He tried really hard to get to the bag. He just couldn't beat him. Half step. Look at that. Look how close this was. First pitch to Rosario. Ahmed Rosario is high. Ball 1. 1 out. 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the next pitch from Abreu. That one's bounced foul down the third baseline, 87 miles an hour. Strike one, 1-1 is the count. I don't like how they're making so much contact with the ball against Abreu. Maybe he doesn't have movement on his ball right now. I would say probably he hasn't had much movement on his ball in several weeks. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. That was right down the pipe, 97 miles an hour, swing and a miss. I guess if you can't put movement on the ball, you just throw it as hard as you can. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 6 hits now for the Reds. Here comes the next pitch from Abreu. Swing and a miss. That one was 99. Abreu, if that's what you have to do to get the strikes, then do it. Just throw the ball 100 miles an hour every single time. 2 away. Runner on second. And I don't think I even put the runner on second. Oh, I did. I did remember to put the runner on second. Who's coming to the plate? Jonathan India takes pitch right down the middle for strike number 1. 87 mile per hour breaking ball, perfectly placed. 0-1 with 2 outs, runner on second. Here comes Abreu's pitch to India. That one's 98, but high. Ball 1 rather. 1 ball, 1 strike. Typical Montero 2.0. Yeah, he's kind of turned into that. Completely not dependable. This one's hit high to center field. McCormick is running over. Looks like he's got it. Oh, he didn't realize that was out number 3. He was ready to bring that ball in quick. But that'll be out number 3. And so with a solo home run given up by Abreu, the Reds are on the board and they have the lead. Astros have 4 hits this game, but have not done anything better than get a runner to third base. My hero is coming to the plate, and I'm hoping that he will do something great. He's 1 for 3 today. That is my little guy, Jose Altuve. He's going to be followed by Yordan Alvarez and Yainer Diaz. So the top of the batting order for the Astros comes to the plate in the top of the 8th. One of the last opportunities that the Astros have to do something. But JB, I feel you're right now. I get the same kind of vibes from Abreu that I got from Montero. And actually, I saw a discussion the other day that I thought was kind of crazy. They were talking about Montero coming back, bringing him back possibly as another pitching option or a backup or something like that. And I'm thinking, just one question: why? Why? I seriously don't understand why. I think that if they took their and I realize that the Astros don't have a lot of choices or depth in their farm system. I get that. But we're talking about Rafael Montero here. And I think, in my opinion, if you take your best guy from AAA and bring him in instead of Montero, it's probably guaranteed a better choice. That's how I feel about it. That's how strongly I feel about keeping Montero out of the Astros lineup. Please keep him out. Now, if you could have him as a free backup when the Astros are winning by like 20 runs, fine. But how often does that happen? Not often enough to keep him on the roster. Altuve's in the batter's box, guys. Here's the first pitch. Tony Santillan is still in the game. That one's outside. Ball 1. Good take by Altuve. Here comes the next pitch. That one's down and away in the dirt. Ball 2. Man, Santillan, he does not miss a meal, this guy. 2 balls, no strikes. Look at Santillan here. Man, he is a big guy. Here comes the next pitch. Ooh, high fastball, swing and a miss by Altuve. Altuve squatted down too much on that. He got underneath it. 2 balls, 1 strike. Altuve takes a timeout, readjusts his gloves, steps back in. He's ready to go. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That one's high. Takes that one, 97 miles an hour. 3 balls, 1 strike to Altuve. Good take there. Okay. Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Santillan. Altuve checks. Did he go? They say he did not. Awesome. Altuve gets a leadoff walk, guys. Good hold on that swing. Man, that was close. Good hold, Altuve. Lead-off runner with no outs, and Yordan Alvarez coming to the plate. The Astros' top of the order is coming up. Man, they're showing some highlights now of the Astros coming back from a 7-0 deficit against the Mariners. That was awesome. Wow, that was a big swing by Yordan. That was very strong, but he missed. That one looked fast. 97 miles an hour, low and inside. Altuve on first with no outs. 0-1 is the count to Alvarez. Here comes the pitch. High fastball, 97 taken for ball 1. Good take by Alvarez, holding his swing on that one. The count is even, 1-1. Here comes the pitch from Santillan. After a long delay, that one's bounced foul down the first baseline. 97 low and inside. Strike 2. It was not a great pitch to be swinging at, but it was in the strike zone. Come on, give him a good pitch to hit. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That one's a little outside. 87 miles an hour, ball 2. Just missed. Good take. Counts even, 2-2. Yordan with Altuve on first, no outs. Here comes the pitch. It's hit hard to the shortstop. It should be a double play. Nope, they don't get it. They're able to get Altuve at second, but they don't get Yordan at first, luckily. So that'll be 1 away, but the Astros do keep a runner on first base. Yordan is able to truck it down there just fast enough to get there. No challenge. The Reds don't see a reason to challenge that one. That was a slow tossover by De La Cruz. That's more what I'm used to seeing from him in his defense. Yainer Diaz is at the plate, getting ready for the first pitch. Little tapper down the third baseline. That's just foul. That's going to be strike 1. If that had been fair, it probably would have been a base hit. Man, a home run right now would go a long way. Just a 2-run home run would be a big deal in this game. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Diaz. 97 right in the zone, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Good grief. Man, you got to be faster than that, Diaz. Speed up your eyes and speed up your mind. Speed up your body. And let's get a hit. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That one's inside. Man, it sounded like the umpire said strike on that, but that was ball 1. 87 miles an hour. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch, the 1-2. He goes down on a 98-mile-per-hour fastball in the outside corner. Swing and a miss. Yeah, Yainer is not hitting the fastball today. So the Astros get a leadoff runner. Follow that up with a ground out, or rather a fielder's choice, and a strikeout. Alex Bregman comes to the plate. How about some redemption here for Bregman? some revenge. 97 miles an hour off the plate for ball one. This is the perfect opportunity for Bregman to avenge the terrible replay call earlier from New York. Man, just send one into the stands. Come on, some LSU power, baby. Come on. Here comes a 1-0 pitch. He fouls that one back and away. That'll be 1-1. Come on, Bregman, man. We need you to hit a home run right here. Take this series. Or not the series, but take this game. Save the series. Save it. We got to get at least one of these. Come on. Come on, Breggy. Breggy bomb. Come on. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's outside. Ball two. 97 on that one. Jordan over on first base. 2 balls and 1 strike to Alex Bregman. There comes the pitch from Santillan. That was inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. 88 miles an hour. John Singleton on deck. He did have a home run yesterday. He's got 13 for the year, his highest in his career for a season in the MLB. Here comes the 3-1 pitch to Bregman. Bregman hits it hard, a line drive, but foul. Out into the crowd on the third base side. Strike 2, full count. Nice solid strike, but just way too early. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Bregman. That's hit high into right field. Is that going to sail out of play? Yes, it does. That was a 98-mile-per-hour pitch. Bregman is getting onto that fastball. Anything in the zone he's been hitting, getting the bat on it. Jordan was running on that play. He had to go back. Another 3-2 pitch on the way to Alex Bregman. 98 miles an hour on the inside corner, fouled away again. Bregman fighting to try to make something happen here. Man, this stadium's already dead, but a big hit by Bregman right here would just make it like a graveyard. That's for sure. Maybe the Astros fans will be cheering loud. Let's see. Here's the pitch. Fouled back again. 98 right in the zone. Man. "25 pitches now for Santillan. Another full count pitch on the way. Come on, Breggy. Here's the pitch. That one's sky to left field. That's going to be an easy catch for the left fielder way up high. It was a good hit, but he just got too far underneath it, and it's a sky-high hit. That was definitely a home run ball. Astros come away again with nothing, stranding their runner on base in the 8th inning. So we only have one more opportunity for the Astros to get just 1 run. How many times have the Astros been in this position where they just need 1 run to tie it or 1 run to win in the last part of the game? It seems to have happened many times just in the past month and a half. I wonder who the Astros are going to have in to replace Abreu. We'll see, I guess. It might be Ferguson, actually. Now that I think about it, he was warming up. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to Caleb Ferguson's picture. And we'll see if I'm right when he comes in. Caleb Ferguson. Is it Caleb with a C or is this Caleb with a K? I think it's with a C. Yes, I'm right. Caleb Wirt is with a K. 80% of people believe that Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame, according to a poll by the Astros. I agree. I mean, come on. He gambled. But as a player, he was great. Caleb Ferguson is now on the mound for the Astros, facing Ellie De La Cruz in the bottom of the eighth. Here's the first pitch. There's a bunt by Cruz to third, but Bregman is over on it quick. Fires to first, no problem. Puts it away. Bregman was ready for that one. Not sure what De La Cruz was thinking about, that he could put a bunt down when Bregman was playing in. That was kind of a bonehead decision, especially with a great third baseman like Bregman. One away, just like that. Tyler Stevenson is coming to the plate. First pitch to him is a little bit inside and low. One ball, no strikes to Stevenson. Here comes the next pitch. Curveball, 82, swing and a miss. Good pitch. Strike one. It's funny listening to Jeff Bagwell talk about some of the things that happen in the game. It's interesting. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one's low, 81 miles an hour. 2 balls, 1 strike. He just said the same thing that I did. He just talked about, you would think that with Bregman already in on the grass, that De La Cruz would try to bunt to first instead of bunting down the third baseline. If anybody would know, Bagwell would. That one's fouled off for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No, I'm sorry, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Counts even 2-2. A reliever going up and going in the bullpen for the Reds. It looks like the Astros will be facing a new pitcher. Wow, that was funny. High pitch bounces off of Diaz's glove. And he looks at it like, what's going on? Okay, this one's hit to the mound. This next pitch is hit to Ferguson, who grabs it. Tosses it over to first to get the out, no problem. Bloop. Good play by Ferguson. 2 outs. For some reason, my stream paused, and I'll have to re-update it here. First pitch to TJ Friedl is way inside for ball 1. Almost gets him. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, no runners on in the bottom of the 8th. Caleb Ferguson dealing to TJ Friedl. That ball is a good foot out of the zone. Ball 2. Two and 0. Here comes the pitch. That one's hit high. That pitch was inside 94 miles an hour. Singleton runs over and gets underneath it, but can't quite make it, unfortunately. Bregman would have been able to make that, but Singleton can't make the play. That'll be strike 1, 2-1. Yeah, Singleton not quite as mobile as Alex Bregman is. Singleton looked a little lost pursuing that ball. Wow, since 2017 they're 0-8 against the Reds. Are you kidding me? Oof, 81 miles an hour, just missed the top of the zone by a couple of inches. That'll be ball 3. 2 outs, 3-1 is the count. Here's the pitch to Friedl. That's high again, 94 miles an hour. He walked him. Friedel's going to go to first base on a high pitch by Ferguson. We have a 2-out base runner. And the bottom of the 8th. Well, look at the bright side. Fewer hits, fewer runs means a shorter game, means I get more sleep. Here's the first pitch to Spencer Steer. That's also high, 92, way out of the zone. Ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Ferguson. That one's hit really hard, ripped down the third base line. Foul. Man, that was hit hard. Count is even, 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one bounces away from Diaz. That was inside and off his glove. He was trying to frame it, and he miscalculated, and it bounced away. Runner goes to second. No problem for the runner. He could walk to second on that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ferguson facing Steer. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. If you guys haven't already, please like the video. I'd appreciate it very, very much. Curveball just barely misses the zone. It looks like it was good, but the framing by Diaz wasn't so great. That'll be ball 3. 3-1. Here comes the pitch. Steer swings at that one and hits it straight up and over on the first base side, out of play. That will be strike 2. That's a full count. No room for Singleton. So Singleton actually makes it over there in time, but it's out of play. Two outs, runner on second, full count. Caleb Ferguson pitching to Spencer Steer. And here comes the delivery. High, ball 4. What in the world is going on here? So look on the screen. You see that on the screen? It's 3-2. Apparently there was another ball that was not a ball. Okay. But he gets him on the next pitch, strike 3. I'm not sure what happened there. They were just as confused as I am. But fine by me, whatever. Okay. The commentators, the Astros commentators, were just as confused as I am. But that'll be strikeout for Caleb Ferguson. Out number 3. That's the end of the inning. The Astros come up with their last chance to do something here in the top of the 9th. Who's going to be batting? Looks like the middle of the order here. John Singleton is due up, followed by Jeremy Pena and Ben Gamel. Singleton has 1 walk, no hits. Pena with 2 hits this game. Gamel with 2 walks. If there are no pinch hits, that's the lineup for the Astros in the top of the 9th. How many likes do we have on the video now? Still at 14, haven't moved up. 24 watching, guys. Please help me out by just liking the video. I'd really appreciate it. I don't know why this game hasn't been very popular. I kind of feel sad that I got up at 1:30 to call this game, and the Astros haven't been hitting the ball. And the views have been okay. I mean, 23 watching right now. That's not bad. I think that's okay for a channel of this size, but only 14 likes is disappointing. Would like to have more than that. It would encourage me a little bit. The Astros are letting me down, but you guys can pick me up. I got 2 more likes. We're at 16. Got 4 more to go. Just need 4 more likes to get to 20. That's my goal. My personal goal for my videos right now is to get to 20 likes. The prime reason for that is that YouTube's algorithm kicks in once you get to 20 likes. The reason I know that is because I can see a definite increase of traffic once I get to 20 likes on a live stream. So I like to get there as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, today, I haven't even gotten there yet, despite it being in the top of the ninth. Speaking of the top of the ninth, John Singleton steps into the box and starts kicking the dirt around a little bit. Man, Singleton did have a home run yesterday. 13 for the year, his most ever. Wouldn't it be nice to see him tie it up right here? Somebody needs to do something. Here's the first pitch. That was low for ball one, 93. Alexis Diaz is on the mound now for the Reds. Here's the next pitch from Diaz. Ooh, 86 and a nice swing by Singleton, but he's not able to make contact. Man, that looked like his pitch right there. Big hack. Strike one, the count is even. Singleton is the first batter of the inning. 1-1. Here's the pitch. That's hit hard to right field. It might be back. Is it going to be... No, it's going to be to the warning track. Not going to have the power to get out. The cameraman fooled me a little bit there. It was a towering shot. Holy cow, it had enough power on it. Just got too far underneath it. Singleton just a few feet away from tying this game. Holy cow. Oh, man. Talk about a letdown. Singleton goes down. That'll bring up Jeremy Pena. The Astros have two more outs to do something here. First pitch to him is high. Ball one, 95 miles an hour. Probably not going to change the picture to the new pitcher. Just don't have time. Want to focus on the game here. Here's the next pitch. High fastball, 94 miles an hour. Swing and a miss by Jeremy Pena. The count's even 1-1. Diaz takes a moment to step off the mound. Grabs the rosin bag, steps back on. Pena's back in the box. One out, no runners on. 1-1 here in the top of the ninth. Here's the pitch. A little low and outside. Just barely missed the corner of the zone. That'll be ball number two. Close. 2 balls, 1 strike. Come on, Pena. It's been your game. He's 2 for 3. He skies that one up. De La Cruz is underneath it. Come on, botch it, man. Botch it. Botch it. He's able to get it. If anybody can botch that play, De La Cruz can. He doesn't make a great catch. He makes it with one hand. The kind of catch that the coaches would yell at you for making whenever you were in school. Use both hands. Don't catch like that. 2 away, and Ben Gamel comes to the plate. Gamel has had some good at-bats. He doesn't have a hit, but he's been able to get 2 walks and draw some high counts. He comes to the plate. Astros' last chance to do something here. First pitch is in there. 87 miles an hour for strike one. Here's the pitch. It's outside, 95 miles an hour. That evens the count, 1-1. Bagwell says that they need a guy on base. I disagree. What we need is a home run. We need to tie up this game. Gamble needs his second of the season. He swings at that one, 90 miles an hour, low in the zone, fouls it away. Strike 2. Would have been a strike either way, it looks like. The dozen fans that are in the crowd right now are clapping and cheering. Here's the next pitch to Gamble. A little outside. Ball 2. Crowd boos. Can you believe that? They're booing on a pitch that was outside. What a bunch of hosers. To quote my Canadian friends. What a bunch of hosers. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This one's fouled away again on the outside corner, 94 miles an hour to the left field side, way up into the stands there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is a complete failure of a series so far for the Astros. they sweep the Royals and then come in and just get destroyed and destroy themselves by the Reds. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs, no runners on. Top of the ninth. Ben Gamel. Here's the pitch from Diaz. High and outside. Ball 3. Of course, we're going to get to a full count. Make it get all the way down to the wire here. Good pitch patience by Gamel, but not there. He swings at a pitch in the dirt inside, and that'll be strike 3. This game, thankfully, comes to an end. The Astros are completely shut out by the Cincinnati Reds of all teams. The Cincinnati Reds, guys, sweep the Astros, and they shut them out 1-0. Astros can't muster one stinking run. And they are swept by a team that is 67-73. Game summary is very easy. Ty France homered in the 7th inning, and that was the only run of the game. The Astros had just 4 hits. The Reds had 6 hits. But the only one that mattered was that home run in the 7th inning. Astros lose 1-0. Screw this game. Let's take a look. Astros about to get... Yeah, well, they did. Yeah, you're right. They did, and that is sad. It's ridiculous and sad. It's both ridiculous and sad. 19 likes. Almost got to 20. I'm going to give a preview of the next game, guys, and then do an update about other scores that might be going on right now. And then that's going to be it for me. I'm going to go back to bed and sleep for another few hours. So at least the Astros gifted me the ability to have an extra 30 minutes to an hour of sleep before I go to school. Oh God, Rack says I was thinking they would at least tie the game. Well, I was hoping, but you know, the way they've been playing in this series, I kind of felt that they weren't gonna do it. Win or lose, at least tie the game. I agree 100%, man. I absolutely agree. I couldn't agree more that you've got to score. Especially when you get guys on third base. They had runners on with no outs. They had runners on with 1 out. They had runners on third with 1 out or no outs. They had several opportunities, and they just blew it again and again and again. And I do want to give you an idea real quickly, because I do keep track of one important stat for the Astros. And that is what we call left on base. And for those of you who don't know, there's a difference between runners stranded and runners left on base. What's the difference? For those of you who don't know, left on base is when somebody is on base and the batter gets out. Okay? It doesn't matter if they're on first, second, or third. It doesn't matter if they're in scoring position or not. At the end of the inning, whoever's left on base, that is a stranded runner. Okay? So left on base is per batter with runners on. And stranded is runners left on base at the end of the inning. Okay? So how many batters or how many runners did the Astros have on base when they failed to advance them or move them in? Altuve didn't have any left on base, so he never had an opportunity to drive in anybody. Yordan Alvarez had 2. Diaz had 1. Bregman had 2. Gamel had 2. McCormick had 2. Caratini had 2. Total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the Astros had 11 runners on at some point in the game, and the batters failed to move them in or move them around. The Reds, by comparison, had Espinal by himself had 5 opportunities. He had 5 runners left on base. But in total, they had 6, 7, 8, 9. Hunter Brown did everything he could this game to give the Astros the opportunity to win. Abreu came in and gave up a solo home run on his second pitch. That one home run was all it took for the Astros to lose this game. An absolutely miserable performance. I don't know about you guys, but today's performance to me is worse than yesterday. Yesterday, the wheels came off, and Pena made an error that really cost them. It just wasn't their day. But today, just one run, you have a masterful performance by Hunter Brown. How many times have we seen this from a pitcher like Hunter Brown? He comes in, has a wonderful game, and the Astros can't give him the runs that they need to win. It's ridiculous. And by the way, DeLion, thank you for coming back here. I appreciate it. It's nice to see you again. Getting swept by the Reds and struggled against the A's is crazy. Yeah, I absolutely agree. And you know what? That's what's coming up. I've got some live streams coming up the next few games. Let's see. Let me check tomorrow. Schedule for tomorrow. Let me do the preview and I'll let you guys know what I'm doing for tomorrow's game. I'm done with this series. Forget the Reds. Diamondbacks. They're going to be playing the Diamondbacks at home tomorrow. Hopefully the Astros can return to winning when they get back home and get their heads straight. That game is going to be at 9:10 a.m. my time. So this game is going to be a live score game. I'm not going to be able to call that game for you guys tomorrow. So if you're looking forward to hearing me tomorrow, you're not going to be able to do that unless for some strange reason my school decides to shut down early and send us home. I mean, if they do, I'm more than happy to come back home. But otherwise, I'll just have the live score going. Framber Valdez will be on the mound tomorrow facing Brandon Pfaadt. Is that how you say his name? P-F-A-A-D-T? Pfaadt? Buffad? I'm not sure. But his ERA is 4.32. He's 9-7. He's given up almost as many hits as he has innings pitched. But he also has almost as many strikeouts as innings pitched. And 34 walks. So, there you go. Do with that what you will. And as far as the next game after that, let's take a look. Because I think I'm going to be able to do the rest of that series for you guys. Yeah, that's right. Wait a second. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I'm sorry, guys. I totally forgot. Tomorrow's game is actually on Saturday for me, so I am going to be able to do that game. That's right. I'm sorry about that. So I'm going to be here tomorrow. Forget what I said. I'll be here tomorrow. And for game number 2 on Sunday morning, which is for you guys, if you're in the U.S., Saturday. So game 1 and game 2 versus Arizona at Minute Maid Park, I'm going to be able to do that. Valdez and Kikuchi are slated for game 1 and game 2. The game on Monday, I'm not going to be able to do the entire thing. I'm just going to be able to do the first 30 to 45 minutes at the most because of school. But anyway, let's check the scores right quick just to see what's going on. The Mariners just got started against the A's in the top of the first. There seems to be a runner on third already for the Mariners with no outs. Mariners threatening to score in the first inning, and apparently there was an error that might have led to that happening. As far as the Rangers, that game doesn't start until several hours later. They're going to be playing the Angels. But that's all I have for you for now, guys. Let's take a look at the chat one more time right quick. Did I get to 20 likes on the video? Yes, I did. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I got my goal at least for the day. Getting swept by the Reds, and they struggled against the A's. Yeah, that's right. The Dodgers lost 10-1 to the Angels last night. That's hilarious. That makes me feel a little bit better. I can't stand the Dodgers. This stuff has to be rigged now since NFL is back. Well, that's one of the reasons why I stopped watching certain leagues. Like, I don't watch NBA anymore for multiple reasons. It's been BS for a long, long time now. I would say more than 2 decades it's been BS. So I don't watch that anymore. And the NFL to me is rigged. So I mean, that's the thing. It's an entertainment league. It's not a sports league. I know that it is a sport, and the guys play, and they try hard. But the thing is, it's controlled to an extent, and you can't tell me that the guys who run that entertainment league don't know the outcomes already. They're making a ton of money, and now that we have betting, they're making even more money because they can control the outcome and they can change things to their favor so that people who are betting are on the losing end. It's just like going to the casino. The house is always going to come out on top, not the people coming in, not the gamblers. You might win sometimes, and you might have the occasional guy come in and win some money. But overall, the house is going to rake it in. That's the way it's set up. But anyway, that's it for today. Apologize for the performance of the Astros. I wish there was something I could do to make you feel better. But you guys helped me get to 20 likes, so you made me feel a little bit better. And for your comments, being here, joining in the chat, and all of that good stuff, the watch hours, all of that support, I appreciate all of it. It makes me want to keep going and just do better and better. If you have any suggestions, positive comments, feel free to leave those. Of course, I always have my subscribe button. I need to get back to sleep. My subscribe button on if you haven't subscribed already. And on top of that, I do have a PayPal link if you guys are interested in helping me out with a little donation. I am dealing with expensive medications, and it's pretty difficult handling that while going to school and only working part-time at home on the computer. But that's it for today. Thank you again, and I will end this live stream with just this last thing, which is Geaux Stros. See you tomorrow, guys.